everyone, welcome back to another video, and today this is going to be a tropical update video, but first of all, I'm just going to cover some severe weather that's going on today and Wednesday, today and Monday, and then we will go to the tropical weather. So quickly, looking at the severe weather, we have a marginal risk for northern Illinois, parts of Iowa and Wisconsin, and then for Montana and North Dakota. The tornado risk for northern Illinois and southern Wisconsin, and a little smidge of Iowa. Wind risk taking up both of the marginal risks. Same with hail, except hail is mainly only for North Dakota and a little bit of northeastern Montana in this marginal risk there. So nothing for tomorrow. And then we have a marginal risk for parts of Georgia, South Carolina, Virginia, and North Carolina. Okay, now we're going to go on to the main part of the video, which is the tropical weather. So currently, we're not forecast to get any tropical development here in the Atlantic or Atlantic Caribbean like that in week 1, but in week 2 we do see a moderate chance of formation, but in the Eastern Pacific we do have a high chance, and by the Climate Prediction Center. Now, if we look farther out, of course, we got that moderate chance and that high chance, but what also seems we have a high chance around the Philippine Sea and South China Sea, as well as a moderate chance up here towards Japan, and that's really it. So let's look at the North Atlantic GFS run. We do see that if we go through it, we don't really see anything. We do see a low spinning up around here and around 192 hours. But then again, that's still a little far out and past this point. Past 240 hours, don't trust this far out. Sorry, I'm losing my voice a bit. But anyway, we do see something in the Caribbean, and guys, it's not that the system is. It's not that this hurricane season is going to be inactive, because we've been seeing inactive. Now, of course, right now we're actually a little slow in activity, but we might be overplaying it a bit, because then again, it's not that quiet right now, because the past 2 hurricane seasons were very active, and most hurricane seasons don't have that kind of constant activity. Though we should be starting to see it now. If we don't, it might be a little slow at first, but we are still expecting an above average hurricane season. Sorry, like I said, I am losing my voice. 0Z, just to compare runs, we do see last run, it was not being shown, but that little thing around 204 hours was being shown. Let's quickly switch to back to 60 and ECMWF. So, we do see that, let's switch to 0Z, because it goes farther out. We do see that we are not expecting anything so far, but some chance of activity off the African coast. In the Eastern Pacific, for GFS, we do see nothing really. Like, we do see these systems, but so far right now we don't see anything for the ECMWF in the Eastern Pacific. We also don't really see anything that much. In the Central Pacific, also we don't see anything, except just some rain and stuff. Same for the ECMWF, I'm expecting, where we do not see any at all activity. And if we go to the National Hurricane Center, we do actually have an area. So that's really and I didn't say it earlier because it's not being really shown in the models, but of course it's close, but not but not being shown in the models, but I'm going to cover it here. We do have this 10% chance of formation. So it very slight chance, small chance of this forming as it approaches the Texas coast. It would really be only a heavy rainfall threat, but and yeah, the reconnaissance mission for later today has been canceled. But if we go to the National Weather Service, go around to where it's going to happen, yeah, we do have some rain potential. If we look at this hazardous weather outlook, the storms will have a possibility for heavy rainfall. Switching region, let's go to the Western Pacific. As you guys, I'm not going to make a graphic because there's not enough activity, so I'm not making graphics in this video, but we do see that moderate chance actually forming something towards Japan. It actually hits it. Usually storms like that don't hit Japan, but then again, it's really forming close to it. Now, if we look at 0Z, because I want to see if it's still showing it. Yep, kind of. And then we do have these, like, 3 systems that aren't being shown anymore. But we'll see how that goes. The next run, if we look at the ECMWF and look at 0Z, you're not really anything, except maybe that Japanese system. And if we look at the JTWC, the Joint Typhoon Warning Center, we do see Tropical Storm 09W and TCO3A. So, yeah, so we could have it, like, in the models, we saw the Japanese system, so we could have a second Japanese system. So, yeah. So, currently, we have this in the Indian Ocean, which is about to die, and then we have this all over Tokyo. It's nothing too bad. If we look at the Indian Ocean, which is the last part of this video, we do see nothing really at the moment, but then still nothing, because at this time of year, usually Indian Ocean doesn't get that much, but like in the case of the South Indian Ocean, you don't really get that much. So yeah. One more thing about this video is if we look at the North Atlantic sea surface temperature, specifically the Western Atlantic, we see it is warming up. The Eastern Pacific is kind of cooling down, and North Atlantic, yep, as well. Let's look at the Eastern Pacific more specifically. Western Pacific is going to be warm as always. We do see we've seen a big drop. It seemed it was going to keep going up of the Nino 3.4 index, and then, yeah, we do see that it is going to start going down. Also, there's a couple more things I want to cover about the hurricane season in general, but yeah, we do see pretty cold for the Eastern Pacific right now. Well, below normal. It's not cold, really. We can see it's still pretty, but like, still pretty warm, but like, yeah. Now let's see what the future of the hurricane season will be like. I'm not going to cover all the regions, just the North Atlantic for this one, because we've having some decent activity in the Eastern Pacific, and the North Atlantic is usually the basin that I like to cover the most. So specifically, let's look at the CFS weekly, and we got to look at the 7-day total precipitation anomaly. So, of course, we're seeing right now not really any precipitation in this area. As we can see, we don't have a lot of lows passing through, but if we do go future, we can see we have more. And if we look at CFS monthly, the same picture. That's way too far out. But yeah, that's really it. And then the end of hurricane season. It's a little too close to be using these monthly models. Usually I only use these before, like in May. Usually I stop using these models in May and June, because after that, it's like, it's way too close. CANSIPS. Same here. Now, if we look at the sea surface temperature anomaly, I'll go back to CFS monthly for that in a second. We are expecting more above average in the... That is way too far. We're still more above average in the Gulf and MDR. Well, in this region, it's just very below average. We usually don't have tropical activity in that region specifically. For the CEFS monthly, all above average. And, yeah. And also, let's just look at the Bermuda high setup, if we could, for a second. Pretty weak right now for a high. Oh, wait, this is November. Sorry, guys. Like I said, yeah, so CanSIP's showing much stronger. But then again, this is closer. CanSIPs goes a little closer. Yeah, I'm not going to do the high forecast. That's for November. Now, I'm not going to look at the monthly precipitation anomaly again. But if we do look at the A50, this is... Oh, you can see that it's way too close to be using these models, climatology models, for the reason that we do not know how accurate they are. Climatology models are usually very consistent. They're better for long range. That's why they're called climatology models. They're better for the longer range things. Like, these climatology models would likely be better to use for looking into the next hurricane season. Because they already go to May of next year. And if we look at the CanSIPs, they go to July of next year. July, okay, so to put that into context, I just started school. July would be about to start next school season. Like almost a year out. 11 months. Just for context. If we look at the IRI ENSO forecast, I don't go with the link because I already know, like, it's not going to bring me directly to it. Early August, mid-July. So early August. We do see that we're expected to stay in a La Nina. We were in a neutral temperatures for a bit, but then it went way down, which is good for Atlantic activity, bad for Eastern Pacific activity usually. But so yeah, it go down, and then around January, February, March next year, we're expected the neutral probabilities to go way up too, and La Nina probabilities to go down, and El Nino probabilities to go up. But then again, that's getting far on. That's bound to change. If we do look at this, we are expecting. We see some of these models going higher, some of these going lower. But overall, the average for let me see if I can get it. The dynamical average is expecting us to stay in a La Nina for the rest of the season, and then go into neutral. Same with the CPC console, Climate Prediction Center console, and the statistical average. That's going to be it for this video, guys. I will see you guys in the next video. Goodbye. Also, wait, one more thing. Sorry if I got any notifications, like you saw someone text me on Snapchat. Sorry for any of those, because sometimes I forget to silence my notifications. But anyway, guys, I'll see you in the next video. Bye.